Dell Alienware 240H 5060. Check the website, it is available in a lot of languages. Also there is dark mode and TOC, table of contents. Okay, so that will be quicker for you. Now let's immediately just get this laptop out of the way. Okay, this is the most deceptive laptop that I have ever seen. Okay, CPU is not what it says, GPU is not what it says, display doesn't perform as it says. It says it's a gaming laptop, but thermals are horrible, even worse than even the smaller thin gaming laptops that have come out recently. Okay, the main thing behind this laptop is that someone might see the brand name Dell and accidentally buy it. They will go into a store, they will see other Alienware laptops priced heavily, and then they will see that, oh, there is an Alienware laptop that is in our budget, and will accidentally buy it hoping it's a good laptop. It's not. Okay, it's not. So moving on, displays response time is slow. Okay, it's so slow that you might even call it a 60 hertz display. Okay, it is the cheapest Alienware laptop. That does not mean you should buy it just because it has the brand name Dell, just because it has the name Alienware. Okay, they went into when this laptop they designed, they tried to copy stuff from the higher expensive Alienware stuff so that it looks like it. Okay, it doesn't have its feature thermals or anything, it just looks like it, and in that process they killed the temperature and everything they have compromised on. Okay, it's a the battery life on this is very good. The problem is it's a very heavy machine with a very heavy charger, so what's the point? Anyways, moving on, it's hard to find a single laptop in this price range from other brands which does not perform as better than this. In any brand you will find a laptop that is going to perform better than this. Okay, forget the name Alienware, this laptop does not even get the name of Dell G15 even. It's that bad. Anyways, yeah, I guess that's the main point. The only good thing about it is battery life, and it's so heavy that what is the point of battery life? Cautions, simply, I mean, the reason I skipped through summary because most of the things is actually covered here and in cons, nothing in pros. Sorry, don't buy it offline, online, even if it's at the half the price of what it's currently being sold at. That's why that line is all in red. Don't buy it, you will soon see why. Okay, in trying to make this laptop look like another Alienware laptop, they have made some very stupid decision. Okay, the only reason that the back plate, if you look at the back plate, the only reason it looks like it is like this is because the more expensive Alienware that looks like this, it has this tempered glass stuff here, it has these holes here. Just to make it look like that, they have done this, and what this does is it blocks the cooling fan horribly. Okay, horribly. You see these little thin slits here? Yeah, that's the only bit of air that can go through here. That's the here and here, that's the only thing. And I'm I think you have already guessed what's going to happen to thermals due to this. Okay, so the response time is so slow, there is so much ghosting and smearing that you might just replace it with, didn't I say it already? Yeah, I said it already. It's 100% sRGB display, that is correct. Okay, viewing angles are all right, that's not the problem, but there is so much ghosting when you try to move mouse or anything at 120 hertz. It's so much that you might as well call it a 60 hertz display. And the reason it's so much, it's actually a display from a non-gaming laptop. It is the Dell Inspiron 16's own display that they just put it in this. So assume when you're going to buy this laptop, assume that it's a 60 hertz display, then make your decision. 5060, they have written the maximum it can go is 115 watts. They have written 80 watts, but 80 watt happens when you have pumped the fan to the maximum. Okay, and that's very loud. Normally it will only go up to 70 watt, and the performance that you will get out of a 70 watt 5060, you might as well replace it with a 5050. So assume you're going to get a 5050. CPU, it says Core Ultra 7240H. Assume it's a 13620H. If you can't remember that name, assume it's a 12th gen i7 laptop CPU. Okay, yeah, 12th, 13, 14, 1, 2, 4 generation behind. Dell is not the Dell ones that you knew once. Okay, many people just buy this laptop thinking it's the Dell brand, thinking it's an Alienware brand. Check the negative review, you will see on this laptop how they have, how they realize how they have been screwed just because the name Dell was here. Okay, and just because it's a laptop that has 4 large outlets of vents does not automatically make it a good thermal laptop, and this laptop is a great example for that. Some old Alienware M16R1 and there is another Dell 7000 series laptop, both had an issue where the thermal paste would seep out in a few months of just usage, 15 days, 1 month of usage. So because it was not properly applied, if you get the laptop, be ready to open it and apply thermal paste like that. It will not fix the thermals completely. CPU will still hit the 100 degrees, but at least it won't be as bad as it came normally. Now, pros: RAM is upgradable, SSD is upgradable, battery life is long because CPU and GPU is so weak. CPU mainly is so weak. But anyways, yes, battery life is long. That is the pros. When the CPU is running at a mere 25 watt and GPU at 75 watt, yes, that is what they are expected to run at if you are trying to keep temperatures in control. And such an older generation CPU, you can just assume what's going to happen to the scores. Anyways, so at that wattage, the temperature is less. Touchpad is just usable, nothing good. If you pick up any other brand laptop, the premium series, Lenovo's Legion, HP's Omen, Asus ROG, Acer's Predator, go to an offline store, pick this up, pick those up, you will see the immediate difference. They have done a lot of cost cutting on this laptop. When the way they have designed they have held the display, it's so cheap that it's a very thick display and it's very heavy. It's so heavy that if you keep it at an acute angle like this, it shut down by itself. Anyways, moving on. Why am I see it won't matter to all of you, but point I am making is neither the display tech is anything good. Point I am making is they made this laptop very thick, like the HP laptop review I just did a few days ago. It was thick, it was big, but that helped its thermals. It is big, it is heavy, it is thick, it's not helping its thermals. What's the point? No high speed USB port, either it's 5 gigabits or 10 gigabits. Now let's get into the cons. It says Core Ultra 7 240H. Neither it's Ultra, neither it's 7, neither it's the 200 series. This CPU is actually 13620H. Okay, it is, as I said, 4 generation behind. We are currently on the 200 generation, so the 275HX, 255HX, 255H, 225H, the ones that we normally talk about in the newer releases, it's not on that lineup. It's not even in the 100 series lineup. It's not from the 14th generation lineup. It's actually from the 13th generation lineup. And since 13 was just a revamp of the 12th, you might even call it a 12th generation CPU. So you are getting 5-year-old CPU. Anyways, it stabilizes at 100 degrees. Yes, stabilizes. It hits 100, 608 degrees. The maximum temperature the CPU should go is 100 degrees, the T junction temperature. It crosses that easily all the time, even with just a little bit of power, it crosses it. Okay. And since it's a non-HX CPU, you can't just go and undervolt and do all those things. And considering it's a very old CPU, it might not be even be a good idea. If you just let all the temperature run, it runs at 100 degrees, simple as that. It can't sustain that, and it drops to 70 watt. I mean, it starts at 80 watt, drops at 70 watt. Normal, that's with full fans, by the way. Normally it's only 25 watts. Thermal performance is like that of a thin 14-inch gaming laptop, which you might as well consider if you want this. If you are attracted to this due to the longer battery life, that's what you might be. The slow response time means it just performs like a 60 hertz display. On paper it's yes 120 hertz, but it performs like a 60 hertz display. But damn thing doesn't matter. No Thunderbolt, it's an Intel CPU, but no Thunderbolt, so no docking. Already talked about this. One of the worst Alienware, worst keyboard in any gaming laptop that you have used. Benchmarks are on their site, everything is there. I really don't want to get into all that. I guess the point with this laptop is it's really sad to see, because someone is going to buy it. Okay, someone is going to buy it. You can see the thermal paste test coming out, and due to which the laptop performs even terrible. The scores and temperatures I gave you, it was with after reapplying the thermal paste, so it performs better. You might even not get that much performance if you just plan to use the laptop normally. Okay, point I'm trying to make is just so that they can put this laptop beside other expensive laptop, and one might think that it's a good laptop because it has the name Dell, it has a name Alienware. They will end up with a gaming laptop that heats a lot, performs like a 4 or 5 year old laptop. The display is of an office laptop, heavy like a gaming laptop, performance like a non-gaming laptop. I mean, someone is going to buy it. I know the many have bought it. Okay. Oh yeah, one more thing I didn't point out earlier, but just like Apple, just like Dell, you can't trust the positive reviews online. Simple as that. Many people are blinded by the name of the brand, and they don't like they easily get satisfied, like mine. Anyways, so let's get to the point. I don't want to waste any more time on this. Not a laptop to buy. Okay, not a laptop to buy. It's a big, heavy, thick laptop. That CPU is very weak. You can thin and light laptop. The 7640HS CPU, if you know that CPU, it's basically the same CPU. You can use that if you want. Thin and light portability, battery life. Any laptop with a mux switch, hybrid iGPU mode, that will perform like this. Okay, so it's good enough. I would say it's good enough. You can get, sorry, I mean the other thin and light laptop is good enough, not this. This is horrible. Try to get that. Okay, if you're considering this laptop, as I said, it says CPU 240H. That's actually 13620H. Can't remember that. 12th generation i7 laptop CPU. So for 5 years ago, that is. And GPU says 5060, performs like a 5050 or a 4060, slightly lower than the highest wattage. And display says 120 Hz, works like a 60 Hz. CPU runs very hot. Okay, and if you clamp the performance, if you do not run in the full performance mode, barely CPU runs at 25 watt, GPU barely runs at 75 watt. It is hardly 100 watt. This laptop is hardly pulling 100 watts of power in normal, and the performance is exactly like that. Okay, so I don't know. I keep trying to think of someone who should get this laptop, and I can't think of anyone. Even if even if you get it like at half the price, you will still have to cut the back panel. You have to make some holes in the back panel somehow, so that it's not choking all the time. 100-degree temperature, a CPU running all the time is not good. And if you run it at 25 watts, you are losing a lot of performance, in which case you might as well get a non-game a thinner gaming laptop, because it has dedicated chip. I don't understand, it's a very heavy laptop. They did a lot of stupid things with this. I didn't even get into other negative aspects, because this was already enough to decide on this laptop. No, not a recommendation. I mean, I think the only people who should watch, who should watch this video is who have already purchased it, and maybe this can help. That the thermal is bad, so change the thermal paste right away. Cut some holes in the back of the laptop, or if you can, before doing that, return it. And this was a disappointment. What a terrible waste of time.